Yo ho, good day, and welcome home to Tanimura for episode 12 of our Cities Skylines inspirational build. Today we are going to actually finish crossing. The district only needs one more street of filling in, and then a bunch of decoration. Then we are also going to lay out a road network for our next residential pattern. I'm thinking this end of the area would have been its own town and then got annexed by the city of Tanimura. So I'll place a little town here first and then expand our residential neighborhoods from the city towards it. Also, I think our beach kinda needs some more campfires and an extra lifeguard post. So let's get started with that. So we can add the lifeguard post around our high school and our canoe club site. And I'm thinking I'll connect the path to it on the opposite side of the path toward the canoe club. Let's turn off all snapping for this. Drag it toward here. That's not steep enough. Drag it toward here. I'm thinking that will connect. And, well, this should be a nice spot. So now let's delete the anchor. And it connects. Great. Then let's put our lifeguard post at the end of this nice little path. For this one I will use the small lookout tower. It's more like an outpost and this one is the main one. And yeah, some more campfires, eh? A beach needs campfires. We all know that. So I'm thinking only open air ones for this area. One over here. And maybe one over here. Yeah, that's about right. This end of the beach could do with a few too. So, one over here, and one over here. And now let's also do some slope work because this is not a beach vibe. Let's draw it out a little further. That's a bit far, but gets it across. Not great yet. Let's take a little smaller brush, pull it out ever so slightly, and voila. That's better. Yeah, this vibe is way more beachy. Now let's get over to crossing, because our last street needs some filling up. This town has grown quite a bit so far. And this neighborhood is almost full. Now it just needs some last few residents to move in. So let's pause the game for this and choose our 3x3 assets. Scroll down to the ones we want. Let's place in 4 of them at first and then check what we have left to work with. So this would be 3 houses and 1 path less than the last one. So 1 more house over here will do. So we have 10 houses on both sides of the central pathway. Which of course we are going to draw in right away. And we are going to give them their desired residential zoning, low density. And let's play and make this punch historical. Then we can also start thinking about what is going to sit on the edge of crossing, because, well, our edge at Crossing Avenue is still quite barren, and I think that needs a bit of changing. And I think I will, well, it's early in the episode, but I think I will do a nice little time lapse on that. Yeah, that looks a bit better already. Crossing is coming to life. And with that, I think it is a nice time to start working on our road pattern, which I see sits on unavailable land. I'm not able to buy it. I will be able to buy it semi soon, but it will have to wait for now at least. Then I think I'm going to do a nice highway interchange over here. Yeah, that seems like a good spot. Let's take our nice flattening tool and draw out a nice flat area right here under the bridge for a road to sit on and connect to both sides of the highway. And let's try to make this one a little interesting. So I've done a bit of off-camera land fiddling about. Now let's get started building our interchange. So I'm going to curve a road under the highway from here to here. And then I'm going to use our curved road tool minus the road guidelines to draw in a nice 3x3 roundabout over here. Or at least I will use an increment of 3 for every part of the roundabout. And it will come out like this, and on the other side as well. Whoopsie. Oh, why do I keep doing that? So, 3 tiles, it's not that hard. Just 3 tiles every time. Oh, this seems like 4, so I might have... I'm butchering this, but in the end it will be okay, I promise. So, nice 3 increments roundabout. Then let's drag this 2-lane highway up until here. And let's do the same for the other side. Let's come out of the roundabout at a nice straight angle, or as straight as possible at least. And then turn it towards the highway so our ramps can connect easily. Then let's start drawing in our ramps. And let's turn this back into 2-lane because that's what it is going to stay. And another entry ramp over here. And that's about right. And In retrospect, I really don't like this one, so bye bye to you, sir. And let's make this a little bit more decent, shall we? That looks about right. And now the other side. Let's draw it in nice up until here. And let's draw it out from straight on the other side of this node. And connect it in here. Also looks quite nice. Then let's upgrade the rest of this highway into a 3-lane. And no, not that piece of road, just a highway. Just so our lane mathematics work out again. And now I think these trees are quite... they're not sitting right with me, so... yeah, they're gonna have to go. From there is good enough. And on the other side as well, we need... well, actually we can deal with 2 lanes for most of it. Just a bit of area for proper merging. Seems about right. Then let's start making this thing useful, shall we? Let's first pay off our loan because we can. We will make more money this way. And yeah, I imagine a road coming out from here and going past the entrance of what will eventually be our ore area and flowing towards this Pleasantwood Lumber Company area over here, just to provide a bit better access to, well, the highway. So let's first draw out a nice slope for this road to sit on, because this we can't work with, of course. This would turn into a really wonky road really fast. And then let's make it cut through here. Another good old 3-lane, 4-lane road. Let's make an industrial one out of it. It's mostly going to be industrial traffic traveling on it anyway. And let's terminate it around here for now. Yeah, that looks about right. Now let's put some more thought into how it's going to flow into the lumber company area. Let's put on our topographic view for it. Oh, there is a better one for this, right? Where was it? Terrain heights, yes. So we can see this terrain is quite uneven, and I think I'm going to, well, make it less so. Just for our road, not much more. I don't want to deform the area too much, but, well, roads better be at least not a roller coaster. And let's draw it out until around the guideline of this. So maybe let's slope it down until there. There are more roads going to connect to this road, but for now this will have to do. And it will at least alleviate some of the heavy industrial traffic we have around our other highway exit roundabout right now. So yeah, this is a functional extra highway access point for our industrial traffic. So then let's think about expanding our residential grid. Let's act like there is a little town lying over here for that. And let's draw out a good 4-lane road. One with grass in the middle. And let's try to get it. There is of course no middle here. But that doesn't really matter. Let's just draw it out straight up until right about there for now. So that's going to be the main road from this center to the little town that's going to be on this area. Well, let's continue the road actually to get a bit of a better idea of what we're working with. Maybe up until here? Yeah, that seems about right. Then let's get our normal 2-lane roads. And let's have them well, let's have the first one branch off over here. The next one over here. And so on. These roads we are going to curve after this. And we are going to extend roads from these nodes as well, because it seems like a nice place to draw out from when starting the neighborhood. It gives us some interesting angles to work with. We're also going to draw this road out parallel to the 4-lane. And actually this one is the only one that's going to curve. Not all of them. This will be our frontage road parallel to our highway. If I can get it in properly, of course. Which it seems to be bothering me a bit with a little now, but it will eventually sit where I want it to. So this area is going to be our first new neighborhood area. Let's draw out some straight rows from the entry points we just set. And in these blocks we will use dirt roads, and it will be a green cities neighborhood, which will mostly have smaller sustainable housing on dirt roads, just really eco-friendly, a really pedestrian-friendly neighborhood as well, with a lot of dead-end streets, a few curves in there, just, something different from what we had over in Crossing, which was fun and all, but one wants a bit of change once in a while. And now that I look at it, I'm actually thinking, yeah, this is a kind of a nope, like dirt roads near the town center. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. So this is gone. Let's also extend this one a tad further and connect our curving road up to it. So we at least have 2 blocks to work with. And then let's draw it out until right about here for now. So now we have 2 blocks and we can fill those with streets. It's still not going to be the most organized kind of neighborhood, but at least a little bit better than the dirt road version. And it's still going to be green cities. We want this to be a kind of a green neighborhood. Lots of eco-friendly people are going to live here. Maybe another road from here to there. One from the middle to there and there. Maybe a cul-de-sac from here. This is already starting to look quite a bit better. And a bit more like the kind of neighborhood that will be added right after the center, between it and, well, that village. We're just gonna imagine it's over there already. So we're going to extend our neighborhood, or start it actually, because it wasn't there yet. For now this should do, except for I want this to all be in the city center. Oh, and I also want the center to be drawn out until there. And then we're going to take our residential specializations. We're going to go for green cities. And we're gonna add that to this area. So I'm not going to use proper growables for this like on the other part, because I don't really care what kind of houses spawn in, as long as they're nice and small. So let's get some too wide and as deep as they go residential zones in. And let's hope we get something nice, because I'm not going to make this historical. I'm gonna leave it to fate. I think this road pattern already looks pretty organic, contrary to, yeah, this rigid block pattern, although it has its charm, I guess. So let's check. What did we get here? Seems pretty okay. And how is our power grid doing? Well, it's not connecting anywhere yet, so let's not touch it. Let's put a 2x3 here, a 2x2 here. I really want to get to remove this power line, but I'm not getting to yet. Or I could replace it just to free up some zoning tiles. So now at least we can fill this part out. Or so you would say, but totally changed around our zoning tiles, so let's see, how are we going to solve this? It's like a little puzzle, isn't it? I guess there's going to be a path through the middle, and we are going to just fill it up as much as possible. I think this will do. Then I think I also really want to do something to this park space. It's for now pretty empty, and I want to put a pond in there, like a nice neighborhood pond with ducks to feed. Don't feed them bread, it's bad for them, okay? But you know, a nice little pond will do, right near this town center. Let's lower our elevation just a little, This should be nice. Then I'm gonna choose this terrain height and up the brush strength by quite a decent amount. And yeah, let's draw a nice little pond here. And now we're going to use a mod to fill it up with water. Base game doesn't give any of these water sources, so I'm gonna pause it for this because otherwise it will flood my entire center, I think. And so I'm going to try and properly drag this one down to an acceptable water level, so it will only fill up this little bit of land and not the entire neighborhood, which would be pretty gnarly for the inhabitants. It should be filling up, but I don't see a lot of water coming out, so I might have to remove it and increase the capacity a little. Let's try. The outlet will now spew out a little more water and hopefully fill up the pond. Yeah, that looks better. Now let's also add 2 side gates to this park. And then add some more zoning to the neighborhood next to it, because we still have quite a bit of residential demand. And we would certainly want to give our citizens some nice homes to live in, right? I'm going to wait on a path for a bit, but maybe I will just make 3 pier thingies or something. I'll see a bit later. So I'm thinking this 2x2, this one 2x4, I kinda want a path through here, so let's do it like this for now. And I think, yeah, this is all for zoning in this area, so let's draw some dirt paths through it. No snapping needed for that. Good thing it's turned off already. And let's just curve it between and behind the houses. Lots of pedestrian accessibility. It's going to be a friendly green neighborhood where people will usually prefer to walk over taking the car. I mean, you live near the center anyway. You wouldn't have to take the car for that much. And that's in. Let's also add a path through here. And the shortcut to the park, I guess. Yeah, better, better. This is already starting to look like something. As you see, these Green Cities houses have kind of a dirt texture, so the dirt paths look a bit more logical next to them than the tarmac ones, I think. And now it seems like our power is running through, so we can remove those ugly temporary power lines again. So now those are gone. Let's add some more zoning to this. There's gonna be a 2x2 here, and I think a 2x3 over here, as well as over here, and here. And let's just see what spawns in, because yeah, that's the way this neighborhood works. And maybe we should also add a little bit of commercial to this side of the town center. I mean, let's just see what kind of corner building the game will let us spawn in. Don't have to decide everything. And maybe while that spawns in, let's also add a park path to this park. Let's put on our angle snapping. Whoops. And let's take curve and guidelines just to, well, I wanted to properly connect it in there, but I guess I have to redraw this first. Which of course is harder with the road guidelines on. And let's turn them back on, curve it to this road guideline and put it in here. Nice connection, and let's just put this one right in here. Looks about right? And let's also put a park plaza in here. No, let's not do that over there. Maybe on this corner. It does fit nicely. And let's remove the ticket pricing from this park as well, because it's not supposed to be a moneymaker. It's just a free amenity to the center, right? Now before we add some residences, actually, let's check on the corner building first. It actually has a corner worked into it. It kinda has the same-ish color as the library. I think I like it. So let's make this one historical and keep it. Now some more nice habitats in our residential zone. And just so we don't forget, let's also take a dirt path And let's snap to grid for this, because I want it straight behind these houses for now, until here. Yeah, this neighborhood is also starting to go somewhere. It, of course, just like our town center, still needs a name. So, if you can think of any, drop it in the comment section and I will consider it. I promise, I will. The town is getting somewhere. Do we have some debt right now that we can pay off? No. Okay, that means we do have a lot of money. And what can we do with that? I think that money is best put to use by building ourselves a bus line. I mean, I talked about it at the end of the last episode. I might as well implement it in our nice little town. So I kinda need this with good access to, well, the rest of our town, actually. And we do not have a really suitable spot, but I'm thinking out here in the back near the container yard will be quite fine. So let's grab our biofuel bus depot and, well, we could centralize it up along here, or we could do the same over here. I'm thinking this spot is better. So, bloop, there it is. So, this is where our buses will come from when we add a line to the town. Let's get to that too. I'm thinking I should start it at our ferry and bus transfer stop because, well, it's kinda logical, right? I am going to expand on this road pattern a little later because there's also going to be a road up the hill towards the collector, but I think this line will do just fine running through the center. So it will be going here, then it will visit between the park entrances, near the library. It's a good spot for a bus stop. And we could also draw it past this elementary school. Yeah, it would be better if it sits right in front of it. Doesn't matter if the bus has to loop around a little. Then maybe in the middle of this neighborhood near those paths. Then in front of the elderly home, also a pretty nice spot. And then let's have it cut into this neighborhood. Maybe over here. Then also near the high school and main beach entrance. And now it almost services all of our neighborhood. And maybe we should also, have it go to the industry so people can take it to work. next to kids being able to take it to school. Let's just draw it around the back of our restaurant, and then have it go back through this neighborhood. Oh, it will go through there. We might as well have a stop over here then, near our forestry main building, since it's coming near there anyway. And then past the elderly home, to here, across from the library again, and then here, and then let's finish the line, and let's make sure it doesn't have a enormous ton of buses. I mean, about 7 for a village like this would be enough. And let's call it the crossing line. Just neighborhood bus, nothing special. Nice transfer to the ferry. Maybe less people will now have to take their car here, and this will be less of a parking lot. Speaking about parking lots, I am thinking about installing a parking lot mod, because I do not like the parking lots that come with the game. And yeah, we also already have a few mods, so why not add some more realistic parking lots as well. So those will be in here for the next episode. And that was it again for this episode of Tanimura. We got quite a lot done today. Like, we actually started a new residential area. We have buses now. Yeah, the town grew quite a bit. We have a small pond in our city center. And a lot more decoration, which also is very, very nice. So I want to thank you all for watching. If you have any naming suggestions for neighborhoods or street name themes, it's all welcome. And yeah, just send it in. Thank you all for watching, and I wish you a really, really good rest of your day.